Hello YouTube, it's Rob, Maxwells Grass Cutting Services based in the northeast. I hope everybody is well and having a good day. We're coming to the end of the grass cutting season now and it's a bit of a struggle. The weather's horrific. I've only got probably half of what I wanted to get done today. But you know what tends to happen is sometimes when we have these wet autumns is we just have to get as much done as we can towards the end of the season and communicate with our customers, and hopefully they understand. But yeah, it's a challenge at the minute, but that's life, isn't it? That's life. Today's video, I've been talking to a young chap and I've got something in my eye there. I've been strimming and got a little bit of mud, but there we go. Yeah, talking to a young chap who wants to leave his current role and start himself a gardening business, and I get lots of messages like this and I'm truly humbled. You know, I'm not moaning. Honestly, I am humbled because I'm not an expert, and people sometimes have to remember I'm not an expert, but I do try my best and always try to be honest and upfront with people. And his question was, how much do you charge per hour? Now, that's like the great debate on YouTube, isn't it? And I said, I don't charge per hour. I said, I charge per job. You must charge per hour. You must know what your hourly rate is. And he got me thinking, and I do. But we don't talk about it. But I'm going to tell you my hourly rate, although I don't charge it. I know. Bear with me later on. But I tried to explain to him, if you have a sort of a figure in your mind what you want to earn every day gross, and let's say that's £180, okay, you times that by 5, it's 900 quid. You times that by 32, it's about 28 grand, and then you add a little bit of winter work on, you can gross 32 grand hard graft, right? And you can do that mowing, blowing and going, a little bit of hedge work, and a little bit of garden clearance work, and not much else. And out of that you've got your off takes, and depending on how much you spend, if you keep things simple, you can pay yourself a wage every month, 1,800, 2 grand a month, 12 months of the year, and then you can build on that. And you know, it's not a dissimilar to model what sort of me and a lot of other gardeners try to achieve. Then as you build, you can have your PA1, your PA6 license, and you can do a bit of weed spraying, a little bit of weed and feed. You could even buy yourself a pressure washer. I don't have one, but I know a lot of gardeners do, and I watch some brilliant videos on YouTube of gardeners doing pressure work, sort of in the spring, before the grass cutting season, and then in the autumn, and it just, you know, makes that season a little bit longer, and it makes the gross income a little bit better. And a lot of people do winter hedge work, and I do a little bit myself. So that's where you should be working, I try to tell him. And then he said, so your hourly rate, if you're doing 800 quid, you try to divide it by, but 180 quid a day, you try to divide it by 8. And I said, no. I said, because you've got what's called billable hours. What do you mean? I said, well, if you're working for somebody else, you turn up at 9, you go home at 5, you get paid every hour when you're on the job. When you're working for yourself, it's a little bit different. You know, you might only get 6 billable hours out the 8. I know that's my average. By the time I get up, sort of get out, get the van loaded, because everything gets unloaded and emptied, get to my first job, do the work, and then have a bit of cup of tea, then half a lunch break, and then you get home. And I used to do longer, but I don't now. I'm 55 and be 56 next year. I could try and keep it to 6 billable hours. Well, 180 divided by 6 is 30 quid an hour. Now, there you go. That's what I try and work to. However, if I go and quote a mow, blow and go, and it's going to take me an hour, I want 40 quid. And if it's a bit problematic, it's got hills, there's up and down, I want a bit more. So somebody said, well, that's not your hourly rate, is it? Well, it's not as simple as that, because if you're doing a mow, blow and go on a lovely flat lawn, that's easy. You might want to charge 30 quid an hour. But if you're doing a mow, blow and go, you've got to carry it up steps, go through houses, or if you're doing hedge work, you're on ladders, you've got a long reach hedge trimmer, you want more than 30 quid an hour for that, because Mr. and Mrs. Cannibody can't do it themselves. It's a bit specialist. So That's why I say there's no sort of fixed hourly rate, because every job is different. But if you have a ballpoint figure of I try and earn X times 5 times 32, and then a bit of winter work, and then you know what your off takes are, whether you've got your van insurance, and it all works out, and then you know what you pay tax, you know what you pay national insurance, you know what you off, and you try and give yourself a wage. And I hope I explained it to this young chap, and I hope he's not gone ahead scratching his head thinking I'm a bit of a pain in the arse, and I wouldn't tell him. Because I would tell him. And there's some days, this is where it really got confusing, I said I try and earn more than what I want to, and other days I don't earn as much. Well, why is that? Because sometimes it just works like that. But what you're trying to do year on year is get rid of them customers where you're not earning as much, or they're not as good payers or whatever, and replace them with better customers. So you get to my age now, looking forward, I want to get to a position where I can go out at 9 o'clock in the morning, finish 4 o'clock, be back in the house 4 o'clock, earn what I want to earn, and don't kill myself throughout the gardening season, and then take it easy over the winter and pick and choose my work. I don't want to be chasing and hungry. But if you're a young kid and you've got a young family, you want to do that, I tip my hat to you. And also, it's easy for me as a one-man person, sole trader, to get busy very quickly. You know, if I do a fortnightly round, you've only got 2 Mondays. If you fill Monday 1 up, Monday 2 up, that's it. Tuesday 2 up, and before you know it, you're full. Whereas if you've got staff, it's a different machine, it's a different animal. You've got to be out chasing a bit more because you've got more people to feed. I haven't got me to feed. I tried to explain this, and I think the penny was dropping, but I do understand a young lad working for somebody. He's got a secure job, but he says he doesn't feel like he's, you know, being tested. He doesn't feel like he's appreciated, and he wants to go by himself. Now, he did say not to mention his name, and I'm not going to. And you know what? I've had a conversation like this with many people, and everybody, you know, has the same reservations. Winter work. Well, 32 weeks, look at next year. For example, I'm already planning for next year, and we'll come to the end of November. And I recognise that the grass cutting season's 32 weeks gone, but I want to extend that a bit. Now, if we have a nice spring, if I can get out Monday the 11th of March and make that the first cut, and then work all the way up to the last week in October, the 1st of November, I think it's Friday the 1st of November, that's 34 weeks. Now, I'll take a week off. I'll probably lose a week through rain, so that's 32 weeks. So you got your 32 weeks of your 180 quid a day times 5 times 32, if that's what you want to do. You know, you're not far off, what, 29 grand, something like that. And then a little bit of winter work. And so having that forward planning always helps. And also doing the odd job where you get your day job, and then the next, you know, you're going from mow 1, mow 2, mow 3, garden 4. Mr. and Mrs. Cannibal will say, can you just trim that leyland and I hedge? You give them a price, you go out on a Saturday morning, if that's what you want to do. So, what's my hourly rate? My hourly rate is approximately £30 an hour. But I don't quote per hourly rate, it's in my brain, and I try work around that. What's yours? Am I too cheap? Am I too expensive? Am I running my business how you run your business? Am I telling this young kid good advice, or am I talking nonsense? Let me know, because I'm sure he'll watch, and I'm sure he'll read your comments, and I look forward to reading your comments. Now, at the moment, it's like unbelievable rain, isn't it? The grass is soaked, and we're only getting sort of half of what we can get done, and I'm sort of falling over into the end of the season, just trying to get as much as I can done. And if I can't get the lawns done what I want to do, well, so be it. You lose it, don't you? But Monday coming, I'm grafting. Tuesday, I'm on the train down to Birmingham. I'm going to Saltex. This is next week. Wednesday, I'm at Saltex, and then Thursday I'll be coming home. Friday I'll be grafting again, and then the week after trying to get a full week in if the weather allows. But I'm staying in the Premier Inn near to the NEC, so if you're around in the bar, come and say hello. and I look forward to meeting a few people. And if you see me wandering around on the day, I haven't planned to meet anybody. I'll just go down by myself, and I'm a bit of a lone wolf, and just have a walk round. I want to go and see the still products. I want to go and see the We Bang mowers. I'd like to see a few of the lectures of people who are experts in the field for weed and feed and lawn treatments, and I'm looking forward to it. And if you're there and you recognise us, come and say hello. I'll shake your hand, and be nice to meet to some of the subscribers and regular people who comment every week, and I'm appreciating all the comments and all the support. It's fantastic. So that's it. As you can see, I don't know if you can recognise, but it's a bit steamy in the van. I'm soaked to the skin. I'm been a tough day today. It's just that gardening in the wet just makes it so hard, and it's never stopped. It's been a fine rain all day, but if I didn't get these 4 lawns done today, I was supposed to do 6, but I got 4 done, so I'm just over half. And yeah, I got 4 done, and I'll try and get the others done over the next few days. If not, it'll have to be put back until the middle of November, and if that doesn't work, it'll just have to be put back till the spring. The weather's, it's not been kind to us this year. Fingers crossed for a bit better weather next year. We had it lovely last year, so you know, you can't have it good every year, can you? Anyway, that's it from me. So, what to charge per hour? Don't charge per hour, price per job. You'll earn more money, and especially once you start buying professional equipment, because you can do it quicker than Mr. and Mrs. Anybody can do it, because they'll have a 40 quid Argos mower, you'll have a whatever you've got, and it'll do a better job quickly and more efficient, and you're the professional. So that's why you can charge 35 quid in and out in 45 minutes. On to the next one. Therefore your hourly rate goes up, but it doesn't always work like that, because there's times like now I'm not earning or whatever. Now I hope that makes sense. I've tried to be as honest as I can. Let me know in the comments, am I talking nonsense or am I spot on? Okay, thanks very much for watching. Do me a favour, if you haven't already, press the like button. It's free, costs you nothing. And if you're not subscribed, press the bell. Helps me grow the channel, as they say. Alright, take care. Remember, when the green gold's growing, keep mowing. It's growing at the minute. We're hanging on in there. See you soon. Take care.